Hello, 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 hello. Hello, guys. Hello, 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 hello. I just finished, just right now, to export one video for you guys. Really? Just right now. Don't hesitate to tell hi, on the chat. And also, don't hesitate to come on YouTube. Remember that if you want to participate to the chat, for me to read your comments, so you and I, we can talk together, great. It's on YouTube, like you can have access to the video on Patreon, I think, but not to the chat. So that's why each time, I put the link on the description of the post on Patreon, so you guys, you can have access to the chat. There is one of you connected. I saw that just a little sooner you were two waiting. Normally, like usually, some of you guys are gonna come during the live session, like always. So yes, don't hesitate to say hi. Even more, if we are just a few. So really we can talk about what you want to talk about. Like for sure, like usually, I made my homeworks and I prepared stuff to talk about just in case, all of you guys, you are into your holidays and no one is there. Still, I have stuff that I can talk about, that I can tell you, but maybe if you're there, it's to talk more about one show or one anime, so that's why each time I'm telling you, don't hesitate to say hi, so I know if you want to talk about something in particular or not. Ooh, you can hear the noise? I'm not sure. Ew, I love my bones. Hello, hello. How are you, my dear? Did you have already some holidays, some days to rest? Are you gonna take some during this summer? How are you? I think that you are following me on Twitter. Hello, girl! I think that you are following me on Twitter, yes, and for sure, you girl, I know that you do. And you saw that I took some days, some holidays, and that was so great. 1 week at the beach with my nephew, my sister, and my father. And that was so great. I don't know if you can see it, that I took some colors, but that was so cool to take 1 week. And really, I didn't open my computer, not even for a minute. I went on the comments, on my phone once a day. And that was great, to really just enjoy my holidays. That was so cool. I hope that you're gonna have some days to rest, some holidays for this summer. I really hope so. I know, Ariana, that you're beginning your new work, your new job, but I hope that you can have also some holidays. At least some little days, to rest. Oh, but no, you had some holidays before beginning your work. That's it. Now I remember it. So yes, like I said, I prepared stuff to discuss with you guys, but like always, don't hesitate if you want to discuss about something in particular. Like just right now, I was editing my video about the last episode of the season 3 of The Witcher. I don't know if you are watching it. Yeah, actually I'm taking a break from work now because I'm sick. Oh no! I hope that it's not too bad. I hope that it's not the COVID. Like that's it. Oh, that's it. I said the forbidden word. That's it. I don't know how YouTube is gonna take it. Badly, I think, but that's it. I said the bad word. But I hope that it's not that. Into my family, we had health issues, but not during this summer. It was really the 3 months before this summer. Everyone had an health issue. Myself, I still have an health issue. It's complicated. Maybe we can talk about it a little later, on this live session. Not right now, not to begin it, but yes, health issues like that. I know that They can be not only boring, but also they can really destroy your summer, if we can say stuff like that. So yes, for The Witcher, I just edited the video about the last episode of the season 3. I don't know if you two, you are watching it or not. That was a good season. That was clearly a good season. The 3 last episodes were a lot. Like, I have the impression that all of the actions of the season 3 were into the 3 last episodes. And it's making me think even more that the writers, they didn't plan to have a season, divided like that in 2 parts. I said it at the end of the part 1 that I had this impression because of the final episode of the part 1, which was built, in such a way that it couldn't be really a good cliffhanger for the second part. I mean, a good cliffhanger, a good teaser, and at the end, a good cliffhanger for the second part. And now, thinking about the entire season, how it was built, it really feels like it was not supposed to be divided. No matter what, it was a good season. And clearly, the end of it, that was rough. Tell me if you watched it or not. I don't want to say any spoilers to you. Like, it was only out yesterday. I'm only going to post my reaction videos about it on Patreon. It's going to be on Monday that I'm going to begin to post my reaction videos about it. So I don't want to give you any spoilers. But if you know, you know. It's a little like that, Maybe we can discuss about My Hero Academia. Sweet Break, I don't know if you're watching my reaction videos about it. My Hero Academia, for you guys on Patreon, I didn't finish the season 2 yet for you on Patreon. It's gonna come and you're gonna see that I'm gonna put 4 reaction part videos for it, for sure. And me, I began something. I began to watch the OVAs because after binge watching all of the season 1 and all of the season 2, I decided to watch the 2 OVAs of My Hero Academia that I can watch right now, the one that I missed at the end of the season 1 and the one which is supposed to happen at the end of the season 2, and the movie. I haven't seen The Witcher, but I don't mind spoilers, so feel free to talk about it. I don't know. I really don't know because I understand that you don't mind spoilers, but I'm thinking also about the replay of this live session and also about some people, who can come on the live, right now and, well, you know how much I hate spoilers. See how it's making me feel, I'm so uncomfortable with the idea of saying one spoiler. So without going into the details, at some point, one of the characters is killing him herself, and it triggered me a lot, but really a lot. I think that for some other shows and animes, you saw me reacting to someone who killed him or herself, but right there, it really triggered me a lot because I understood the reasons, but it happened, at such a particular moment that it was shocking, and also the fact that it was that character who is supposed to be so strong and all, it triggered me. That decision, that I can never accept, like right there I understood the reasons, but I can never accept that someone can take that decision. With this moment even less, with this character even less, with people who loved that character into the show, even less. So it triggered me. And the fact that it was such a strong character, maybe also it played with things into me, like the fact that you can be really strong, you can be a strong woman, and people are recognizing you for being strong, to be that kind of person. But when you have something really bad happening to you and when you are feeling really weak, it's also rough to face these people and to confess that you're feeling weak, and because of that you can be tempted to take that decision. And see, it triggered something into my heart. Because at some point when I was not accepting, that I was an emotional person and all, I was really the strong woman into each group, into my family, into my group of friends, into all of that. I was the strong woman, I was the girl who was never crying, was always like that and all. And when something bad happened to me and really disturbed me so much and all, I felt weak, and it was rough to say to people that I felt weak, and it was going also with the process to accept that since a long time I was an emotional person and I was hiding it, and I was, suffering to hide it. So really that particular moment into the show, into that episode, that decision that this character took triggered me, because for all of these reasons. See, it's a lot personal reasons, but it played with stuff into me. And I think that it was on purpose, and in a way I appreciate that this show is doing it, because even if it was not said like that, like I just said and all, still I think that people are gonna be surprised and shocked like I was, and they're gonna see stuff in another eye. Like, I hope that fans are not gonna be like, no, that character was supposed to be strong, so it's not okay for that character to kill him or herself. I hope that they're gonna see stuff around that. At least I saw it. See, I managed to talk about it and to say everything that I wanted to say about it without saying the big spoiler. And still, I think that I announced enough that I would talk about The Witcher at a particular moment, so people who are gonna see, that replay of the live session, they can jump into the live if they want. I really hate spoilers that much. But yes, 2 days now that I'm living, I'm breathing The Witcher, like I watched the 3 episodes, I edited the 3 videos. I didn't finish my work on the last one because I still need to work on the picture, on planning the videos for Patreon, for YouTube. But at least all of the videos, are edited, are exported, and I just have this stuff, to do. Still, it's gonna be 1 hour of work, but it's already that. I don't know if all of what I just said, it can talk to you, you can understand it or not. I think that you can understand why it triggered me, at least. I hope so. If you're there on my Patreon, if you are watching my videos since a long time, and the 2 of you, I know that you are there since a long time, I know that you can understand that. That you can understand me. You. Ariana, I'm wondering if you're watching my reaction videos about The Wire. I know that you didn't watch My Hero Academia at first. I don't know if you began it or not since then, since the last time that we talked about it. I'm wondering if you're watching The Wire. I can definitely understand that. Cool. Cool. It's not cool because it's deep feelings, but cool if you can understand me. But that's something, for a show like that, to make me feel that kind of emotions, to play with that, it's really great also if you think about it. That was the last season with Henry Cavill. After that, we're gonna have Liam Hemsworth. And so many fans are so angry with that, that they are rejecting the show, like they are really saying that they're not gonna watch the show anymore. It's not my case. I'm going to continue to watch it because I want to give to that actor, the benefit of the doubt. it's a little unfair, to say, it's you, I'm not gonna watch it. It's bad. A lot of these fans, are also saying that they don't want to watch it because Henry Cavill, he left saying that it was a lot because he didn't appreciate the direction that the show was taking and all. For me, it might be true, what he said. Maybe he truly thinks that. But the fact that he's saying that when he's leaving, I didn't appreciate the move that much, to say that only when you are leaving the place. And poor guy, also, he left, in fact, a lot because of... Ooh, sorry for that. A lot because of Superman. Because it was promised to him to have movies and all, and he wanted to really give all of his time to Superman, and turned out that it was a bad decision, a bad move. But no, he said that he didn't regret it because he doesn't appreciate the direction that the show is taking. And again, maybe it's true. Maybe he truly doesn't appreciate that, and maybe he truly doesn't regret that he left. But how it happened, I'm not a fan of it. But it gave more things, more strength to fans who were already disappointed by the show, the ones who read the books, who played to the games. And that, I can totally understand that, when you have a show, an adaptation of books, games that you loved so much and you're disappointed, it's really the worst, so I can understand that. I'm surprised that Netflix is doing a 4th season of any show given the usual business model of 2 or 3 and cancelled. Oh no! They had a lot of shows which were longer, no? You're making me doubt about it, but I think that they had more. For example, Moneyist, La Casa de Papel, but when you're thinking about it, the 2 seasons were in fact made by that Spanish studio. Oh, you're making me doubt. I'm thinking about the shows, that I reacted to for you guys. Or I'm gonna navigate on my computer, that it's the worst. Maybe I'm gonna disappear on the screen because my computer can't deal with that. Alice in Borderland, it's 2 seasons yet. Black Mirror, no, it's an English one. Studio, I mean. Hellbound, it's... no. Stranger Things, it's more than 3 seasons. Maybe it's the exception. I don't have all of them right there on my computer. All of the shows, that I'm reacting to, which are on Netflix. Netflix, used to play fair with the reactors who are playing fair with them, who are respecting the fair use rules, 10 minutes of the episode, cutting, at multiple occasions to not put all of the scene just like that. And, each time, okay, they were complaining, they were, making a claim on your video, but if you were contesting it by showing them that you were respecting the fair use rules, they were releasing the claims. And for The Witcher, for the first part of the season, it didn't work at all, so it surprised me. I hope that they're not gonna do like some other studios, like for example HBO. It would be bad. Oh, I didn't see your response, Ariana. I haven't started The Wire yet. No. It's a good show. If you have the time for it, it's a good show. I know that you prefer animes, my girl, but if you have the time for it, it's really a good show. Right there, at the beginning of the season 2, I was thinking like at which number of episodes I am. The last episode that I watched, I made 2 breaks to cry. I swore in French. And the breaks for crying, normally it's because of a big emotional moment. No, right there, it was not that. It was just because I was panicking to see a character, you know, a ghost from the past coming on screen. And I was panicking so much that I had to make one break. After that, I understood that that ghost wouldn't come on screen, you know, during the next minute. So I had to make another break to truly cry because I couldn't keep the tears. Like, really, editing this moment, I was ashamed of myself. Like, control your emotions, girl. Like, at least try a little more. Switch break, if you are watching my reaction videos about The Wire, maybe you can imagine for which character it was. If not, if the two of you are not watching my reaction videos about it, I'm gonna see it no matter what, at some point. No, I didn't check. No, I have nothing, you know, on my table and all. Everything is clean. I can think of a point in season that affected me the same. Really? Right there, it's about Bubs. Oh, it's episode 4. You know, McNulty is searching to find a way to have Omar, you know, to call Omar, to have a connection with Omar. So he's going on the streets and he's just, you know, passing in front of Bubs, and just to see him, you know, I panicked so much that I had to make that break, and I was really like, okay, we're gonna see Bubs. Why? Like, really, to not see him during 3 entire episodes, for a season of 12 episodes, I thought that it was it, you know, like, the guy was not cast for the season 2, that I wouldn't see him anymore. And truly, at the end of the season 1, I talked about it with you guys, I imagined such a future, you know, for Bubs. Into my mind, at some point, the guy would get clean and he would get really better, he would have his house and all of that. Like, truly, I imagined it, and to not see him during 3 episodes, for me, it happened. Like, you know, I was like, okay, so the future that I imagined, it's what happened. So to just see his face, you know, like McNulty driving and seeing him, I panicked because I was like, okay, so in fact, we're gonna have him during this season. The future that I imagined, no, it was not that. So I had to make a break, and in fact, McNulty didn't talk with him during that moment, so I had to make another break because the conversation that I was waiting for didn't happen just right there, so I had to cry, you know. And after that, later, for sure, I cried when this discussion truly happened. Truly, Bubs had my heart so much. It's a little insane, and it's also like I'm worried about it for the next seasons. I have so many seasons, so many episodes to discover, and so many reasons for him to die, for something bad to happen to him. It's gonna kill me. It was that or not Switch Break? The reason why, I mean, the thing that you were thinking about. But normally tomorrow I'm gonna watch 2 more episodes of The Wire tomorrow. For me it was not that, but I won't get into what it was until you finish the season. Okay, thank you for not saying me any spoilers. Yes, 2 more episodes tomorrow. Like, each time, you know, for each session I've been watching for The Wire, I try to make 2 episodes at a time. Oh, about The Wire, I fell in love with the actor playing Frank. Not because the guy is, is good looking and I fall in love with him, in a romantic way, but with his way of playing Frank. I think that it was with the episode 4 also, like we're beginning the episode with him and we're finishing the episode with him. And these two scenes are responding to each other. With the first scene, it's Frank looking at the dogs and talking to Nick, telling Nick how much he loves these dogs and all this place. And Nick did something bad, it's making him mad because it can affect the dogs. And at the end of the episode, we have also Frank facing the cops who are telling him, that's it, we're gonna keep an eye on your dogs. And we can see that he's really disturbed by that and all. But at the end, he's finding strength again because he's looking at a picture of the dogs and he remembers that he has to stay strong for the dogs guys and all of that. And really, in both of these scenes, this actor was so intense, but without, making big faces, without acting like, the dark guy and stuff like that. But just with his look, just with his presence, he can switch, and be suddenly so intense without, really playing something on his face, which is so obvious and stuff like that. I don't know how to describe that, but truly, that actor, during these two scenes, totally got me. Yes, he's an amazing actor. And it's fun because I have the impression that I've seen him in so many other occasions, in some other shows and movies playing minor characters. And when I see what he can do, into this role, into these two scenes, I can imagine that this actor can do really better than the roles that I saw him playing before, So I'm interested by that, I'm interested to check his other films, his other shows, to see if in others he had more place, to really give everything that he wanted and all, that he had the time on screen, that he deserves. Because truly, watching these scenes, I found him amazing. And the fact that this episode began with him, ended with him, it was a parallel and all, it was even better. Because The Wire, it's that kind of show which is thinking about building an episode like that, making parallels like that, and using also their actors, their actresses like that. One thing I like about The Wire is they use a lot of smaller name actors and even non-actors when they have real life experience in Baltimore. Yes, I saw that some of you guys told me that for the first season. I don't know if it's still the same, for the second season and for the other ones to come. But it's cool. It's pretty cool. For example, they have the real life Jay Lantzman play a role in the police station. Jay, it's which one? I can't remember which one. Where I'm standing right now, into the season, that's it. Almost all of our guys are back together as a group. I mean, all of the cops, with Daniels leading them, Pries, McNulty, no. Like, McNulty, I can't see how he can come back into that group. He annoyed too many people, clearly. He's gonna come, he's gonna do stuff, but it's never gonna be official. Jay Lantzman is the one right under walls, but he doesn't play himself in the show. Wait. Okay, it's his name, it's his role, but he's not playing that part. That's what I understood. You mean the one who is always making jokes and all of that? The one who is always eating also? And all? That's a good character. At the beginning, I had some issues with him, to understand. Yes, who is always eating. We're talking about the same guy. At the beginning, I had some issues with him because I couldn't really understand what he wanted, to help our guys or not. What was his place? Now I can understand more how he's functioning. Ariana, I know that you didn't watch The Wire, so don't hesitate if you want to talk about something else, about another show or another anime, don't hesitate. You know that we can talk about plenty of stuff together. And that I can mix conversations. You know it, girl. For My Hero Academia, I said it. I'm watching right now the OVAs and the movie. It's cool. It's pretty cool to discover more around this anime. I appreciate it to discover the OVAs, for example, around Attack on Titan, like some of them were really rough. So I cannot wait to discover, for example, the movie that they made around for My Hero Academia. I think that it can be great. Oh, and the two of you, did you watch or are you interested to watch The Walking Dead Dead City? You know the spin-off that they made for... It's okay, I don't mind listening. Cool! I hope that we are giving you, reasons to try The Wire. And yes, I was thinking about The Walking Dead Dead City. It's that spin-off that they made around The Walking Dead. I mean, for after The Walking Dead, the original show, with the characters of Maggie and Negan in particular. That was a good spin-off. Clearly, I appreciated it. I wanted to discover it for the characters, and they totally got me with the story, which was well imagined, like it was good ideas around that, with new characters who were great. But the end of the season surprised me because for me they promoted this spin-off as a one-shot, like that's it, we wouldn't have anything after that. And clearly it was not the case. And when I made researches, during the review about it, I found an interview of the main writer, I think, or the main producer, saying that, I don't know if we're gonna have a season 2, but yes, we didn't finish stuff into the season 1 on purpose. That's not what he said, but that was almost what he said, Clearly, he said it was on purpose that we didn't finish things at the end of the season 1, but for now, we don't know if we're gonna have a season 2. It made me so mad, because clearly, for me, it's such a lack of respect for your fans to do something like that. Like, you don't care about giving a closure to the story, but even more to these characters. You just care about teasing your fans enough so they're gonna help you to have a new season, so you're gonna make money around it even more. Like, it made me so mad. Like, for some seconds, I had the impression to be back with some fucking writers who are using like that their fans for stuff and who are disrespecting them. Nothing can be compared to The 100 and these writers. This one in particular was so disrespectful against the viewers. Now that I think about it, years after it, I can't imagine, the fact that really someone could do that to his own fans. It's even more shocking, when we were into it, we were mad, but it was going also with what was happening into the show, like everything was mixed. Now, years after that, thinking about it twice, I'm really like, it's unreal, you know, for a producer, for a writer to say that the fans are stupid and all of that. How can you say something like that about your fans? And for sure, how can you write things which are so illogical for your story, for your characters, that at the end of the day, everyone is giving up on your show and everyone is losing at your show so much and everyone is just waiting for it to finish. Oh, that was bad. That was so bad. So yes, I felt a little disrespected with The Walking Dead Dead City at the end, but not that much. And clearly it was a bad feeling because, again, the first season was wonderful of The Walking Dead Dead City. If you like The Walking Dead, that universe, if you like Maggie and Negan, you can totally appreciate it and really fall for it. And for me, the quality of it, for how it was written, how it was done on screen, it was really superior to the other spin-offs like Fear the Walking Dead, and also it was superior to the last seasons of The Walking Dead. Like clearly it was a step forward, so it was a good spin-off, it was a good thing. So to feel like that at the end, it was weird. Oh, and I watched also the trailer of The Walking Dead Daryl, you know, the spin-off which is gonna be about Daryl, which is gonna happen in France. I said a little what I thought about it on Twitter. Like clearly the pictures are looking great, the music is great, the story, why not? But because it's happening in France, for sure it's gonna look like we're back into Middle Ages. Like that's it. That's truly the only thing that a US show can do with something happening in France. Emily in Paris, it was not enough for you. For all of the cliches. You have to do it even into The Walking Dead, into this universe. And like really the trailer of The Walking Dead Daryl, you're watching it, you have the impression that when Daryl, you know, he crossed the ocean, in fact, he traveled through time. Even if you're not interested by The Walking Dead, even if you don't want to watch The Walking Dead about Daryl, please just watch the trailer, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's fun. Like really, I'm taking it the right way because one really good point for them is the fact that they hired French people, you know, to play on that show. And truly, a lot of US shows are not making that effort, so that's already something great. Thank you for that. And I'm saying that, see, I'm not mad at these US shows, you know, which are not taking French people to play French characters. I'm not mad at it because now we're used to it, but each time it's a little fun. And it's a surprise when they are truly using French people. And you know, sometimes when I'm reacting to shows and movies and there is a French character into it, and when I'm saying, oh no, that person is not French, I have some US people or English people, I don't know, defending these guys, you know, on the comments, telling me, are you sure that he's not a Canadian? Are you sure that he's not from the islands, you know, that he doesn't have a weird accent and stuff like that? Like, no. Truly, I know how French people are talking. I know how they are talking French. I know all of the accents, and even more because in France, in French, I have an accent, you know, because I'm from the south, and in France, people from the south, they have an accent, and even more, in the south of France, we have different accents, so truly, I know how it is to have an accent in France, in French, and also when you're talking English as a French person, so no. I would definitely watch a medieval era France zombie show watch this one. Like, truly, please, watch the trailer, you're gonna see what I'm talking about. Like, Daryl is coming, is meeting, you know, people in a convent. He's talking about protecting a kid. You have the impression that he's gonna protect the prince and stuff like that. They are using tools like into Middle Ages, and you know, it's also at Le Mont Saint-Michel, the Mont Saint-Michel in English, I don't know how to pronounce it. So clearly the places, the different arms, you know, that they chose, the characters, the roles that they are playing, a little of the story, like clearly they wanted to create a medieval vibe into that show. Maybe it's not gonna stay for the entire show. I saw at the end of the trailer that we have some of the characters into real actual clothes, you know, which doesn't seem to come from Middle Ages. So maybe at some point it's gonna change. You know, they're gonna come into the modern world. Maybe. No, not maybe, because I know that they filmed in Paris also for this show, for the show about Daryl, because, you know, a lot of pictures and stuff like that were put on Twitter during that time when they were filming these scenes. So normally, it's not gonna be like that. That's it. Now imagine, you know, a crossover between The Walking Dead Daryl and Emily in Paris. It would be an insane crossover. Emily in Paris with The Walking Dead, you know, into that universe. I think that she wouldn't survive for not even 1 hour. I just watched the first episode, it was enough. I watched it with you guys. I made a reaction video about it. It was one of the bonus videos that I made for you. That was something. But I hope that people are not watching it, you know, at first degree, like really they believe into everything which is happening into it. During the first episode that I watched with you guys, I told you what was right and what was wrong, what can happen maybe sometimes and what can never happen for sure and stuff. Oh, and I can talk with you guys about a new show that I'm gonna react to soon, really soon. A Star Wars show, or maybe more, 2 Star Wars shows. I have to go watch your reaction now. About Emily in Paris, I don't know where you can find this video, because clearly I didn't create, I think, a playlist just for it. Maybe on my channel, you know, maybe with the research tool you can find it. I hope so. Or just, you know, with YouTube. If YouTube decided, you know, to stop bullying me and not showing me to people, even if they are making researches about me, maybe you can find it. Emily in Paris meets Walking Dead would kind of produce Shaun of the Dead. No, I don't think so, because Shaun of the Dead, it was fun, it was cool, I truly appreciated it. No. Okay, it was full of cliches, but not that much, you know, it was more full of cliches about people, but not about an entire country. But for the mood, maybe it would be that kind of mood, yes. I think that Daryl, he would be so pissed off Emily, like really. Oi oi. These 2 meetings, it would not work. So yes, I was saying 2 Star Wars shows. For sure, the new show that they're gonna make around Ahsoka, I'm gonna watch it. It's gonna be at the end of the summer. And because of that, you know, because it's gonna be at the end of the summer, I wanted to prepare, you know, the fact that we're gonna have this show about Ahsoka at the end of the summer by reacting to another show, another Star Wars show before that, and also because I had the place on my schedule, like I had a little window and it was between this show, reacting to this show, and between reacting to 2 or 3 episodes of The Twilight Zone. So I chose this show. I'm gonna react to the first season of Star Wars Tales of the Jedi. And I knew, because one of you suggested me to react to it, I knew that into that show, into that season, we have some episodes which are about Ahsoka. So that's why, I decided to make stuff like that. And I watched already the 2 first episodes, and it was so nice. I can say stuff about it because it was out a long time ago now. The first episode, it was baby Ahsoka. She was so cute, and that was such a cute story, and I loved it so much. I fell in love with baby Ahsoka. She was so cute. It was so cool. I don't know if you're watching it, both of you. I mean, if you're watching Star Wars shows already. But that's cool, That's the first animated show about Star Wars that I'm reacting to. So it's cool also to see what they can do with that kind of shows. Clearly, I appreciate the fact that it's for sure modern drawings with 3D, with a lot of things and all, but it's really detailed, all of the drawings like old drawings. So it's the kind of animations that I truly appreciate. Okay, it's modern, okay, it looks modern and all of that, but it's really detailed with the textures of the grass, of the trees, of the ground, you can feel the fur of the creatures, you can feel stuff like that, so it's cool. Ayana, I'm thinking about it again. If you're watching, my reactions to that first episode of Emily in Paris, please comment something on it. You know that I'm reading all of your comments to all of you guys on YouTube and also on my Patreon, so don't hesitate to leave a comment, I will see it. I think that I already had my Patreon, when I made that little bonus video. So maybe you can also have an extended reaction part for this video if you're that much interested. Will do. Cool. Really cool. So yes, Star Wars, Tales of the Jedi, soon Ahsoka also. We're gonna have the Wheel of Time also in September. That's gonna be cool. I don't know what to expect from it. I saw that the new trailer was out and I watched it. I didn't make a reaction video about it, and I had comments about that, on YouTube about the fact that I didn't make a reaction video about it. But reaction videos about trailers, when it's about books and a universe that I don't know anything about except for what I learned into the show itself, I have the emotion that it's not appropriate, in the sense that these trailers, they are more made for the fans of the books to tease them about what is gonna happen, how stuff are gonna be adapted from the books. Are you gonna have that scene? Are you gonna have that character? What you are truly expecting? So that's why I didn't feel for making a reaction video about that trailer. But that trailer promised a lot of stuff still, so I'm really interested to see how it's gonna be, that new season of The Wheel of Time. I have the impression that we have a lot of new things, new characters, and that they're gonna go really deeper into the explanation behind the story, stuff, how it's functioning into that universe. So that's cool, because it means that I'm gonna think even more about stuff, I'm gonna have theories and all. It's gonna be cool. You know that I'm there for that kind of shows. What did I put some notes, before beginning this live session about My Hero Academia, but I don't think that you guys can be interested to discuss about it, because I don't think that you're watching my reaction videos about it. The Wire, we already talked about it. So which also... The Walking Dead, I told you to watch it because it's a good one, but the fact that it was made like that at the end, I was a little disappointed. Oh, I wanted to remind you during this live session about the fact that, the movie level, it's gonna be opened for this Wednesday. Remember that each time now, the movie reaction, you have it on the last Wednesday of the month, and you're gonna have the movie level being opened on the first Wednesday of the month, so it's gonna be next week, the movie level, if you can be interested by it. I've been meaning to get around to My Hero Academia. I need a new good anime to get into. It's a really good one. You can try it. A lot of people are saying that it's taking time, to really begin and all. For now, I discovered the 2 first seasons and it didn't give me that impression, even if it gave me the impression that it's gonna get bigger and bigger, and that this anime is not afraid of hurting people, killing people, so at some point it's gonna hurt bad. So maybe that's why people are saying that. But it's a good one. So yes, the movie level, it's on Wednesday, this Wednesday. Just wanted to say it because each time I have at least, 2 or 3 of you on the comments or on private messages telling me that you wanted to subscribe to it and you didn't have the time. And even if for the first months, the level was taken during the first minutes, now, at least for last month, it took 2 or 3 hours for one of you to notice that this movie level was opened and to subscribe to it. Each time it's first Wednesday of the month at 10 a.m. French timing that I'm opening it. I can't plan it, So really, that's why I'm right on time for it each time. And also to be sure that everything is functioning. I'm reading, the notes that I put on that paper before beginning this live session. And for sure, I put a little thing about my health issues because I have the impression that I talked about it maybe a little too much. I don't know. You know that, okay, I'm an emotional person and I'm giving you a lot with these reaction videos, a lot of myself. You can see me crying, you can see me laughing, you can see me getting mad and all. But about my private life, I try my best to not talk about it, like even if I already told you about my brother, my little brother, or my sister, my nephew, stuff like that. You don't know the details about their lives and all, for sure. So it's a little the same for my private life. You don't know what is happening into my private life, and I prefer that because, I'm putting already a lot right there on this channel. I'm not gonna put also my private life and all of that. But that, about the fact that I had some health issues, I talked about it because it disturbed me a little, and I saw that some of you were worried about it, so that's why I wanted to talk about it a little during this live session, with the fact that I wanted to say it's not something really bad, but at the same time it's not true, so I don't know how to say it. Let's say it like it is. Since I'm really young, and when I mean I'm really young, like since I'm 2 years old, something like that, I'm drinking a lot. And when I'm saying I'm drinking a lot, it's more than 4 liters. Into your measure, into your country, I don't know. 4 liters, of water each day. Really, since I'm a kid, since I'm that young, I had a lot of issues to sleep when I was a kid, and my parents understood that by giving me water during the night, it was calming me. So really, since I'm a kid, I'm drinking a lot. And I think that you saw that in all of my videos, I'm drinking something because I feel the need to drink. I'm always thirsty. Like, I don't know how it is to not be thirsty. So I always had that, and it never disturbed me. It can be fun sometimes because, yes, Laura, she's always drinking, that's fun. Since I'm an adult, I'm like, it's a little weird, no, to drink that much. Maybe I should keep an eye on it, like it's not that normal and all of that. And I had other health issues, which made me think that, maybe it can be related, maybe there is something right there. And my parents, they always told me that when I was that young, when I was around 3 years old, they tested me, for being diabetic. I don't know how to pronounce it in English. And they told me that, no, I'm not. They tested me and I'm not. But still, like I said, as an adult, I was like, it's a little weird. Still, maybe at some point I should make some tests and all of that. So I began to make this test. And clearly the results are not good, at least are not going on the right direction. Like, it's not good because you can see it, I'm into a good health, like I don't have anything to complain about, and really the symptoms that I have, like, they're not that bad. Okay, I'm drinking a lot, but it's not that bad. Like, it's okay, I have some other issues like that, but it's little issues, it's not that bad, so that's it, I'm not dying, everything is all right. But still, there is something, right there to explore. And the first results that I had were not that great. And the first results, are telling me that I'm demanding way too much to my kidneys. In fact, since I'm that young, and the fact that I'm drinking that much since I'm that young, my kidneys, are already having issues. And if I'm continuing like that, it can soon be a big issue. And I think that it shocked me a lot to understand that, because since I'm young, I'm drinking a lot. And like I said, we were all like, Laura, she's drinking a lot. She's a camel. She always needs to drink and all, that's fun. And now I can understand, in fact, that it's not just that I'm drinking too much, it's also that I'm demanding too much to my kidneys, and that it can be a real issue, a real health issue. So yes, I think that I was shocked by that, so that's why maybe I talked about it too much with you, guys, on these videos, and I'm sorry for that. But as you can understand, with my explanation, it's not something big in the sense that I'm not into bad health right now, it's okay and all, like I'm not gonna die tomorrow and all, clearly. But still, it's something big, because if they are truly discovering that I have a type of diabetes and, or something else, because it can be something else, still the fact that it's already affecting my kidneys, yes, it's kidneys, it's a good way to pronounce it, that it's big. It's not bad for now, but it can be like, there is something right there to explore at least, and I'm continuing to make some exams and to try to find what is happening and all. That's it. Now you know the truth. But see, I couldn't say that clearly on some tweets just randomly published, for anyone to see it. I couldn't say it into one intro, because clearly it would have taken 20 minutes and people would have get mad at me. So I thought that explaining it to you into a live session like that, it was the best way to do it. And almost at the end of the live session, so I know that only people who are truly interested by how I'm feeling and to know that kind of stuff are gonna be there. Right there in live, but also if they are watching the replay, I mean. In the States, we use gallons. Yes, you use that for most things, but liters for bottled drinks. So I get you. Yes, imagine that I'm drinking at least minimum 4 bottled drinks, each day. You know that normally people, they are fighting. It's rough for them to drink 2 liters. Like, I don't know how it is into your country, but each time in France, we have our doctors, people, into the medical area, each time they are like, you're not sleeping well, but are you drinking your 2 liters, each day? You have to drink these 2 liters to be in good health and all. And me, it has been years that each time that one doctor is telling me that, I'm getting so mad because I'm like, yes, and more than that, 4 liters, so shut the fuck up and find what is happening with me and stop telling me that, because it's annoying. But also by saying that again and again to all of these doctors, it's, it pushed me to think that maybe there is something not natural with drinking more than 4 liters each day. And you can see it, in all of my videos, and even with this live session, I'm not drinking into little glass and stuff like that, because me, for having that feeling of not being thirsty, it's taking me out of that. Like, I can't drink into little glass, like, see, you can see it with my eyes and all. Like, really, I don't understand people who are drinking into little glass. For me, it's just the beginning of my glass. Like, how can you not feel thirsty at the end of your glass? Like, I don't understand. Me, it's taking me 3 times what you are drinking to have the impression, that, that's it, I'm not thirsty anymore. So that's it. Now you know the truth. See, it was not that bad and all of that, but at the same time, it's a little weird, and it can be, and still it was a little shocking for me to understand that maybe I underestimated all of that since too long. At the same time, also, I was a little mad at my parents because they told me that they tested me, but in fact, no, they just tested, the level of sugar that I had on my blood when I was 3 years old. And if you don't know it, that kind of diabetes, the sugar diabetes, it's the diabetes of type 2, that you can have only when you're old. So clearly, it was not the right diabetes, it was not the right test, nothing was right with that. So yes, to understand all of that, to discover all of that at the same time, just before summer, and it was at the same time, when into my family they had some other health issues, it was too much. Sorry if I worried you, by posting this stuff on Twitter and with these intros, and I hope that with this explanation, now you're reassured, you understand more the thing. Or maybe you didn't want to know all of that, and right now you are in front of your screen being like, okay, and what do you want us to do with this information? It's possible, and I wouldn't blame you if it's the case. You know it. I can totally understand that. And that's why also, normally I'm not talking about my private life and that kind of stuff, because I know also that you guys, you are watching reaction videos and stuff like that because you want to have a moment, to be entertained, to spend a good time. Even if not all of the episodes that we are watching together are fun, still you're not there for that, to have someone talking about his or her personal life. So again, that's why I couldn't see myself talking about it into these reaction videos, and this live session might be a better place for that. I hope that you can understand that I put it right there, this explanation. But yes, that's something. You. Are you drinking your 2 liters like you should do? I don't know if they are saying the same in all of the countries, about the 2 liters that everyone has to drink. In France, we have really something about it. Good to know it's not too bad. I hope you stay in good health. I hope also, really. But like I said, see, I'm not... it's not urgent for me to know what is happening. It's not urgent to do something about it, like it has been entire years that I'm living like that. It's not for some weeks, that it's gonna change something. So it's okay. I can take the time that I need to discover what is happening, to explore that question, and to just do my job by exploring it and trying to have an answer for it. Stuff like that. People here say 8 glasses per day. People get really obsessed about it and track it with apps. Yes, but 8 glasses, it's 2 liters. It's about that. I try my best to say hydration. I drink the recommended. Thank you, Ariana, also for the other message. Yes, stay hydrated, and even more during this summer, which is not that hot in France. And you can imagine, if you are watching my reaction videos since a long time, since last summer, I think that you can imagine that I truly appreciate the fact that this summer is not that hot in France, because I saw that in the rest of Europe, but also the rest of the world, it's not the case, like in Greece. Greece, you are saying. They're having a lot of issues with that. Canada also, they had a lot of issues. So, luckily, this summer in France, it's going great. So, I've been dying in this heat. Oh, I can just imagine, and really, I'm suffering for you. You know how much I'm suffering with the heat. So, when someone is telling me that, like, I'm really like... I'm suffering for you, girl. Stay hydrated. Use your air conditioning if you have one. Try your best, to cool the air and stuff like that. It's so rough. Oh, and I'm thinking, if you're sick, it's even worse. I hope that everything is okay. But yes, this summer in France, it's less hot. I still have the same issues with my apartment, with la VMC. And you don't have something which is the same in US, so I don't know. Each time I'm explaining it to you, it's not an air conditioning system. It's just, a little window that we have into our kitchen and into our bathroom, to renew the air, to take a little of the air which is in, out, and the same. So it's not cooling the air at all, and it's really just to renew the air and to avoid to have molds and to avoid to have health issues and stuff like that. And also, when you have some fire, you have to have a system like that, at least in France and I think in Europe. And me, when it's too hot, that thing, is stopping, and clearly I can feel the difference. The level of humidity is always, getting high really quick, and with that, the temperature. And even if this summer is less hot, I still have the same issues, but I won. I fought a lot during this entire month of July. I had to threaten people. And clearly, if you know me, you know that it's it's taking a lot from me to be mad, to be forced to threaten people, to be forced to be like that, you know, to be angry and stuff like that. Like, it's not a feeling that I can deal with so easily, and things being unfair, it's really a feeling that I can't handle, you know. I really have an issue with things which are unfair. My brain really can't process that. So I fought a lot during all of this month of July, and that was rough. I cried at multiple occasions because it was too much for me. Not in front of the people that I was threatening, but really just after that, just after meeting them or just after calling them. But I won. And normally, during this month of August, they're gonna repair the thing. It took me more than 1 year of fight all of that story. It's really this administrative stuff that are really the worst. You have to fight each time for having what you deserve, what is supposed to be logical and normal. Oh, it's really the worst. But yes, each time that I'm talking about it in my videos, you know, that I'm complaining about how hot it is into my apartment and for what reason, each time I can see you guys on the comments, at least you guys from the US on the comments, being like, it's air conditioning that you're talking about. And each time I have to explain what it is and all. Differences of cultures. And for this summer, for now, I didn't have to use the air conditioning that I bought, you know, last summer, because clearly it was too much for me, the heat. I bought an air conditioning that I was placing just right there next to me, and I didn't have to use it for now. Wish me luck for the month of August to not have to use it. Okay, guys, I think that I talked about everything that I wanted to talk about. If you have other subjects, you know, about shows, animes, or other stuff that you wanted to discuss about, don't hesitate. You know that I'm here for that, for many stuff. Oh, Ariana, did you make your tattoo or not? You know that each time now I'm gonna ask you the question, girl. You shouldn't have said me that. Now, each time I'm gonna ask you the same question at the end of each live session. Did you make it or not? You know, I'm thinking about my next tattoo. You guys, you know it, I have 2 tattoos. I have right there one that I never showed you because clearly it's into an intimate place. It's a leaf. How can I say it in English? It's a leaf, I think the translation of it. Une plume. I'm gonna search for it. Wait a second. A feather. I'm pronouncing it bad. A feather that I have right there. And for sure I have my dear with just right there. And I'm already thinking about the next ones. I want to make some flowers. One for each of my siblings. And one for me, you know, to have 3 flowers like that together. I don't know for the place now. I don't know when I'm gonna do it. But I have that idea in mind since a long time. So I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna choose the right place already. And also I need for them to choose their flowers. And after that, I will choose the right time also to do it. I don't know when I'll be able to go get it, but hopefully before the year ends. Cool, really cool. Do you have other tattoos? I'm not sure that we already discussed about it or not. And switch break, do you have any tattoo also? When you're beginning, you know, to make one, you want to have other ones. It's really like you're already imagining what the next one could be and all. I have one, a little moon on my wrist. Oh, cool! I can imagine it. So cool. And it's a good place also. Even more, for little tattoos like that. So cool. Good choice. I do not, but I have been meaning to get one for a D&D campaign, I mean. The nerdiest tattoo possible. You want to get one for your D&D campaign? First, you are into a D&D campaign. It's so great. I talked about it, I don't know in videos, but I know that on Twitter I talked about it, that I'm following on YouTube some actual play, around the D&D universe. I'm following 2 around the D&D universe, and they're so great. It's long campaigns, and it took me a long time, to finish these campaigns, but it's so great. It's French campaigns, so I don't know if I can share them with you, like if you could be interested by them. But first, it's so great, and I loved to discover them so much that I printed, I made researches and I made stuff to create a campaign, not a D&D campaign, a modern campaign for my family, for my parents and my brother, and we are almost at the end of it. I think that they're gonna need 2 sessions to finish it, when normally it would take only 1, but for them it's gonna take 2 sessions because each time they are talking so much. So all of that to say that I love the fact that you're part of a D&D campaign, and I love the fact that you want a tattoo for it. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, what a shame, ha, what a nerd. No. For sure, I'm gonna love the idea behind it. So cool. What is your character? I was gonna say your role. Your character into that D&D campaign? Are you an elf? Are you a dwarf? Are you a magician? I want to play D&D one day. I've never done it before. I never done it before. I mean, me neither. Like, truly, to master that campaign for my family, it's really the only way that I found to play a campaign with people, because I have no one around me who is playing to D&D or anything like that, to know any roleplay games. So I can't participate to anyone. So I was like, okay, I can't participate to any campaigns. I'm gonna master one. And I'm gonna master one for people who never played to any campaigns, who never made any role plays. I am naming it. It's set in magical. Ooh! An Antarctic expedition, but still into the D&D universe? Or it's just a role play, campaign that you're mastering? That's cool. That's a cool world, that's a cool setup, context. Cool, really cool. It has all of the D&D spells and creatures and stuff, but set on Earth. Okay. It's cool, it's really cool. It's making me think a little of... I don't know how to pronounce it. I shouldn't have said that. Now I'm gonna want to pronounce it, and it's gonna be awful for all of us. Cthulhu? The Chronics of Cthulhu? I don't know how to say it. It's Black Book editions. They are a French studio, no, not studio, like edition company, which are making a lot of different campaigns, a lot of different universes and all to play for role plays. And they created that thing, into modern universes, but during almost the same period of time that you are talking about, the First World War and all of that. But with spells, with people who can have magic tricks and all. It's really cool. It was the worst explanation ever for that campaign and that universe. You don't know it if you don't know that universe, but it was the worst ever. The campaign that I'm mastering for my family, because of the fact that they never played to D&D, watched anything about it or about any other role plays and all, I chose to make things really simple, so I put a modern world with superheroes, because for sure they watched, superheroes movie before, so they can imagine stuff. But it's a world into these superheroes, in fact, they are the bad guys. So for my little brother who knows stuff, about the boys, it rang a bell a little for him. And for their characters, for this first campaign, I didn't make them create their characters because it would have been too long. They wouldn't have understood for what reason they should have that and that. So I created, I think, like 30 or 40 characters. All of them were different, with different characteristics, with different qualities, defaults, and stuff like that. And I tell them, to choose into these characters. There were 3, my little brother and my parents. So I was like, okay, you're gonna be more the one who is gonna sing. You're gonna be more the one who is gonna be into the action. You're gonna be more the one who is really like, who is thinking fast, who is really, I don't know how to say it in English. Not the man of the action, not the muscles. And not the brain, like the one who is thinking about a lot of stuff and all, but really the one who is the most practical into real life and stuff like that. And for all of these categories, I created a lot of characters and they had to pick into them. It was cool, they truly appreciated it. Not all of the sessions were cool, but all of what happened, it was nice. And what is really fun is the fact that each time I have the impression that maybe they're not that interested, or maybe they appreciate it, but just like that. And each time at the beginning of each new session, they're talking between them because they are living together, the 3 of them. And I can understand that together they talked about it, they already imagined their next plan, what is going to be their next move, and they already imagined what their characters they're going to do, and the direction that they want to take with him, with her. And it's really fun, for me to see that they're talking about it together when I'm not around. So I'm like, okay, it means that they're not just having fun during the thing like they would have with any other game, but really they appreciate the idea also behind being into a role play, a campaign and stuff like that, really the thing about getting attached to a story, to characters and stuff like that. I already told them that if they want to make a next campaign, I'm totally okay with it, but it's gonna be into the D&D universe, because I want to put them into a fantastic universe, and they're gonna create their characters, because I really want them to not just get attached to their characters, but also to care for them. Because for now, when their characters are getting into fights, I have the impression that they don't care at all about losing them or not, about them dying or not. No, I want for you to care about it. That sounds really cool. Fun. Yes, it's fun. It's really fun. And I didn't create it, the campaign. I found a campaign online which was functioning with these ideas that I had at the beginning, and I thought that it was functioning well. I changed little things into it to go with, more the table. I mean by that the characters that they chose, and also how they were evolving. Like each time I'm changing stuff into the campaign because of that. But I didn't create it. That's really the first time that I'm mastering, and in fact it's the first time that I'm playing to a role play, so that's a lot, And with time also I'm getting more and more into it. I'm printing maps, like I'm finding maps on Pinterest or DeviantArt or stuff like that. I'm finding maps which are functioning with the situation that I have, or I make stuff, so it can function. So I'm enjoying that, I created their little characters, but really just I printed them, but still they can move them, on that map. It's cool. So it's what, the tattoo? I'm coming back to that. Based on that D&D campaign, it's what? If you can tell me. Or maybe you don't, and it's totally okay if you don't want to tell me. But a tattoo based on the D&D campaign, for me it's gonna be something cool. It's not nerdy at all. Don't worry about it. It's the logo of the Antarctic Expedition Company that we came up with. Cool, really cool. Because it means that it's gonna look serious, like you're not gonna have each time to explain it to people or to do things around it. Like it can pass and it's gonna be just a thing between you and your players. So that's really cool. So cool. Okay guys, I think that I'm gonna leave you. Again, except if you have another thing that you want to discuss about. If not, I think that I'm gonna leave you. I need to finish my work, on the last episode of The Witcher of this season 3. Like I said, that's it, I exported the videos, so that's already great. I just need to work on the picture and on planning each videos and all. And that's gonna be fine. You guys, you're gonna have them on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday on Patreon, and on YouTube they're gonna have it on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. Each time, you have that advance, and it's also my way to play fair with the shows and the studios, to let people, to let them the time to watch all of these episodes on their own and to not be a streaming way to watch the show. I have less comments like that than what it was at the beginning, but really at the beginning of my channel, I had a lot of comments telling me, can't you just shut the fuck up during the reaction part? We don't want to hear you, we're there for the show. And each time I was responding to that person, I'm not a streaming way to watch it, I'm making reaction videos, go watch it on your own and then come back. You clearly didn't understand the point of reaction videos, and if the person was insisting too much, I was blocking the person, because clearly they didn't understand the point of reaction videos at all, these people. Can you hear that? All of my bones? I know that some people, they hate that, so I'm gonna stop to make it. But really, I can make it with all of my body just by moving my body. I'm an old person. I'm a grandma. You don't know it, but I'm a grandma, I can crack my bones just by moving. Okay, guys. I'm gonna tell you goodbye, I think. I'm gonna let you into your holidays, your summer, your holidays or not, no matter what your summer. I really hope that you're gonna have some days to rest, some days to enjoy your summer, no matter what. I hope, Ariana, that everything is gonna get better, that you're not gonna be sick for a long time, that your job is gonna continue to please you also. I really hope so for you. Don't hesitate to tell me when you're gonna watch my reactions to Emily in Paris. That's gonna be fun. And yes, I'm gonna leave the two of you right there. Like always, I'm gonna put the replay, of this live session on YouTube I think in 1 week or a little more than that. Thank you, enjoy the live today. Yes, that was fine. That was really cool. I really hope that, you know, at the end of the summer, maybe I'm gonna have enough money. I really don't think so, but maybe I'm gonna have enough money to have another screen right there. So maybe we can watch stuff also during these live sessions together. You know, like today we talked about the trailer of The Wheel of Time, of The Walking Dead City, and it would have been so great, so fun to watch them with you guys and to give you my opinions about it, you know, in real time. So yes, I just missed to have another screen and to not just have my little computer right there to make real live sessions. Like, I'm not someone on Twitch, clearly, but you know, I have my microphone. That was the first step. Maybe someday I'm gonna have more materials to make real life sessions for you guys, the ones that you deserve. I really want to make that for you guys because you deserve it. I don't know if you heard that, but it was a funny noise that my neighbors, they just made. Okay, I'm gonna leave you right there, guys. I wish you the best for the end of the summer, and I will see you at the end of the summer, at the end of August now. Bye bye.